Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us for this Spotlight Series video. I'm Keith Ward with Actual Tech Media, and I'm excited today to be joined by Brandon Schulte. Now, Brandon is Vice President of Marketing Technology Services for the company Zirous. Brandon, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Keith. It's nice to be here.
So let's start off with the obvious, Brandon. Tell us what kind of IT services your company offers.
Well, Zirous has been in business for 36 years. We're based in West Des Moines, Iowa, and we have 7 practice areas that we work with customers on. Everything from marketing technology, which is the practice I run, to analytics, to managed services, to identity and access management, to cloud services, and VR and AR services. So we have a long history in the technology industry serving customers in the Midwest and beyond.
Do you feel like that makes you sort of a one-stop shop for IT services?
I really do. So we really try to cater to those customers that are looking to buy large software packages to propel their business forward. We're experts in those services and those technologies to be able to work with that customer to implement the technology effectively, efficiently, and train their team on how to use it going forward, and potentially be part of that team or an extension of that team going forward.
Great. You mentioned Des Moines, Iowa, and kind of the Midwest. Do you consider yourself a Midwest company, or do you go beyond that? What's your where do you play essentially?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, Keith. So we started as a Midwest company. We started in Iowa, and we kind of expanded to a 6 to 8 state region right around Iowa. I think one thing that we found during the pandemic was we were really able to expand that. So my practice, for instance, we go coast to coast. We have customers in Canada. We have some customers in Asia and Europe as well. So, we've really grown beyond that. But I think the one thing that we really harken back to is our Midwest roots, being a family-owned company. We really value our customers and their relationships. We're not somebody who comes in and helps somebody with one thing and then leaves. We really want to try to be part of them. And part of their family with their company, just like all Midwesterners would be going forward, no matter where they're at in the U.S. or beyond.
Right. Now, one thing that every company like yours has to deal with these days is just the changing nature of the IT industry. So many things are happening. Obviously with the cloud, with work from home, with ransomware, and all of these things. Given all of that, and with that background, what kind of problems is Zirous really seeing? Are you being called upon to solve and to help customers with right now? Is there any sort of focus that your company has that you can discuss?
Yeah. So in terms of our focus is we really work with customers to onboard technologies. So think of the core technology solutions providers out there, whether you're talking about AWS or Azure through Microsoft, Adobe products, identity and access management products like SailPoint. We're there to sit with the customer to help them purchase and select the product through the vendor, and then help them stand that product up to solve business challenges. So, whether you're talking about identity and access management, making sure that, you're secure with who is having access, giving the right access at the right time, whether it's working with a marketing team to, kind of expand that technology to expand the customer journey, or with a company, maybe a data analytics company or a security company, looking to make sure that their, privacy is protected, that you're able to manage customers and use the right technology to, meet that customer where they're at in their buying cycle. We really help customers enable themselves, whether it's with marketing technology, sales technology, security, cloud, and beyond, to be successful and really gain competitive advantage in their marketplace using these core technologies that just about every company out there is using in some way, shape, or form.
Right. And your website had a really interesting quote on there that I wanted to ask you about, and it fits right in with what you just discussed. So the website has this exact quote: Zirous is a partner who understands their business, i.e. the customer's business, better than they do. Now, to me, that seems like a really bold claim to make. So can you expound upon that a little and tell us what that means in terms of Zirous and your customers?
Yeah, it is a bold claim. And I think, judging on my personal experience, I was within companies working with consultants for 10 to 15 years prior to joining Zirous as a company and running a consulting practice here. And one thing that I think really sets us apart from other consultants in the area is anytime a company brings a consultant in, there's kind of this weird dance between them. The company, hires the consultant because they're experts in the product and the implementation of that product. And then the consultant needs the company to be able to tell them, how the business wants to use the product, because most of these technologies are so flexible. There's a myriad of different ways that you could do it. So what we try to do at Zirous is we really try to understand the business, what they're trying to accomplish, why they bought the software, what they're hoping to accomplish, what their goals and objectives are, and really teach our consultants to, treat that business like it's their own and implement that product based on our knowledge and understanding of the business and the relationships that we, garner over time working with that customer to really implement the right solution for each company individually. Now, why there's a lot of similarities between that. It allows us to customize it to the company. So by the end of the project, we know the company and their products and what they're trying to accomplish as well as they do. And that really allows us to give them the right feedback, sometimes say, hey, maybe you should do it this way instead of what you've historically done, and really align those people, processes, and technologies all together to really create a synergy within their ecosystem, what they're trying to do. So, I think that's a hallmark of what we've been able to do. One other area that I like to highlight is we really try to do training and put that together. So we want at the end of the day to teach companies how to fish and use the tools that we implement. While we'd love to stay with them forever, we realize that a lot of companies want to be able to do this on their own, and there's that transition process. We really try to teach the product and build the team up to really reduce the delta between all the great things these technologies that they buy can do and what they're able to do with it as soon as possible. So they see that ROI right away and see continuing ROI year upon year after that.
So I guess essentially what you're saying there is you want to help them avoid vendor lock-in to a degree, right?
Correct. I mean, we're only successful if our client's successful, right? So no matter how great the technology is, if it's not implemented to how the customer needs it, they're not going to be happy with it. So, at the end of the day, our goal is we're in the relationship business just as much as we're in the technology business.
And they don't want someone who comes in with a prearranged package of stuff that they're intending to sell, and then you kind of figure it out later, which is, certainly what some companies do.
Yeah, we really pride ourselves in, certified consultants that are able to not only be phenomenal technologists, but are great communicators, great project managers, and really, again, taking that Midwest spirit, that familial background that we have to make sure that, we are connected with that customer in a way so they get the best output and the best product that they can.
Great. All right. Well, this sounds really intriguing. And for those who want to find out more about your company, Brandon, what is the next step that you recommend they take?
Yeah, I think the best way is go to Zirous.com. It's Zirous.com. Or feel free to hit me up on LinkedIn or email me directly. So my email address is brandon.schulte@Zirous.com. We would love to talk to you about your next project and see how we might be able to help you out and bring some phenomenal technologies into your organization.
Well, that sounds great. This has been a really fun interview, Brandon. I appreciate your time today.
Thanks, Keith. I really appreciate it.
All right. So if you like this interview, you can see a lot more content like this on our YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com/actualtechmedia for more Spotlight Series interviews, along with additional videos that have IT insights, analysis, and a lot more. Hope to see you next time.